Hello guys. So welcome to the iitiansgateclasses. In this particular session, we are going to discuss about the DRDO recruitment that came last month. As you can see, the advertisement that is being notified on the 24th of June this year only regarding the scientist B recruitment. As you can see very clearly, total vacancy that were basically notified 579 vacancies, right, including 51 backlog vacancy for the OBC STSC, right? And we have this many recruitments are there in the DRDO, as well as we have 8 vacancies in DST, as well as 43 vacancies we are there in the ADA. So basically, if you go through the detailed notifications, right? So here we are mainly talk about the mechanical, right? So here, if you just see that the mechanical discipline in DRDO, basically we have 132 plus 12 backlog vacancies plus 17 plus 1, right? So if you just count it like 132 plus 12 plus 17 plus 1, it is around 162 vacancies are notified, right? Now there are two criteria through which we can apply. First of all, suppose that any person who is not from IIT NIT, right, they will be basically applying through GATE. That is the first point. They should have a valid GATE score of 2020, 2021 and 2022, right? So that is the first mode. The second mode will be those who are from IIT NIT and they have the 80% in BTech. They can directly apply without having any GATE score also. And there is a no need to specifically they have not mentioned whether these candidates, those who are from IIT or NIT, they should be from batch of 2020 or 2021 or 2022. They can be from any batch, right? So there is a unlimited option is there for basically for IIT and NITs. And here we have the restrictions about the when you are from non IIT or NIT, definitely you need to apply through GATE score, and the GATE score is going to be from 2020, 2021 and 2022. And regarding the branches, that is of course not only mechanical plus automation, mechanical and production, that is also going to be applicable for this particular post, right? So this is nothing but part one, where the first we have to apply, then there is a written test, then after that we'll be having interview, right? For the part one we have this particular procedures that we need to follow, right? So now if you just look back again this further about the recruitment. So here basically if you just see that category 1, the candidate should have should process the requisite essential qualification along with the gate, basically whatever the gate has to be qualified. That means valid gate qualification of 2020, 2021 and 2022. And either this one should be the criteria they should fulfill, or they should be from IIT and NIT with the minimum aggregate of 80% mark, right? Now coming to the age, 28 year for the DRDO, and again we have some relaxation for the OBC and STSC, right? So now if you just look back again how to apply the for the particular this recruitment. So as you can go through this particular rsc.gov.in. Basically RSC only handles all this recruitment of the DRDO. Now one more thing you need to basically note it down very carefully. While applying for this post, we need to upload signed documents, right? That means you take the xerox of the original documents and you signed it and you then again upload it, right? Again, you can ask if somebody has already filled this particular form about for this particular DRDO scientist B and they have not signed. Suppose that, again, this should not worry. There will not be rejection based on whether you signed or not. That is my perspective. Again, if you have any queries, you can ask to basically whatever the number they have given in the advertisement, you can call on that number and you can just ask whether it is acceptable or not, right? But according to me, it is acceptable if you have not signed and still you have uploaded, right? But for those candidates who are yet to apply, they have to apply, just sign it on a particular xerox document and then you upload it whether via a scanner or some other mode, right? Again, so whenever the screening or shortlisting will be, suppose number of we have the post will be 162, right? So we have multiply with the 25, so 4050, no, approximately 4050 will be there going for the written examinations, right? Plus IITs and IITs. So NITs, IIT, NIT, this 1:25 is not applicable. Whoever is having 80 percentage and they are from IIT, NIT, they will be directly applicable for writing these written examinations, right? Now, separately, they will be calling for, suppose OBC, we have 44 vacancies, that will be multiplied with 25. Again, whatever the general will be there, 52 vacancies, they will be multiplied with the 25. That means I'm talking about this particular vacancies. If there is a 52, that's going to be multiplied with 25 and that will be called number of candidates, right? So similarly, we have for other categories also, like EWS as well as STSC. Further, for each candidate, those who are writing for the examination, there will be 25 candidates, something like that. Second thing will be after clearing the written examinations, if you clear the cutoff, right? So you will be called for the personal interview in the ratio of 1:5 on the basis of merit list that will be prepared based on the written examination only. And there will not be any role of gauge scorecard. Any role of gauge scorecard will not be there. It is just there to apply for the post, basically to get shortlisted for the written examination. After that, there is no role of gate scorecard, right? Again, detail of written examination, the tentative, basically tentatively, the written examination will consist of two papers, that is of 300 marks each. That is the paper one and paper two. Paper one will be completely of thermal, and paper two will be completely of design and as productions. And we have the duration of 3 hours each. That means total 6-hour paper will be there, and it will be conducted on the single day only. The syllabus for examination can be downloaded. Yes, I will be showing you exam, basically syllabus also. Central will be provided, Bangalore, basically Chennai, Delhi, Hyderabad, Kanpur, Kolkata, and Pune. Coming to this tentative written examination that is going to be held on 16th October 2022, but according to me, that is going to be delayed, and that is most probably will happen, in the month of December. Again, don't take this as a very strict one, because you start preparing as hard as possible, because if it is conducted on 16th October, that is well and good, but most of the time, what is happening, when we have seen the past recruitment also for the same department, that is DRDO, we have seen that the written examination is going to be already postponed, 1 or 2 months usually, right? So maybe you can expect that this in December 2022, right? This is the expected month of examination. Again, that is not confirmations. There is no confirmation from the DRDO or any RAC. I'm just saying on the basis of my experience. Coming to this particular selection criteria, so you'll be having written examination 600 marks. So that will be gonna be having the weightage of 80 percentage in the final selection, and interview, you're gonna have for 100 marks, and the minimum marks to basically qualified will be 70 for general, and 65 marks will be there for OBC and other STSC candidates. Minimum to minimum, we have to get 70 marks in interview. Suppose you have written examination went very well, right? And you have cracked written examination with such a high score, let's suppose 400 or 500 marks, but still you are not able to get in interview that particular marks of 70 marks, you will not be basically qualified for the final selections, right? Of course, the closing date will be 29 July, but again, that is going to be postponed. Again, that will be extended for next 10 days. So maybe it is going to be there till 10th of August. Again, I don't take it as very hard. Again, I'm saying that whatever the, as of now, official, whatever the closing date is there, 29th of July. But what we have seen, it is being, basically they used to postpone, basically they used to extend this particular closing date, right? Now, because of some of the things, like we need to submit the reservation or maybe caste certificates, and sometime the notification came suddenly, so we will not be in a position to take these certificates from our state, or maybe whatever the department they are issuing these particular certificates. So this particular procedure takes time. Still we have the gap of 24 to 25 days, but still they consider this particular situation or situation also. Coming to this particular now, whatever the things we have learned till now, how to apply and what is the selection criteria. Now coming to this, how to crack this particular examination, that is the main thing that we're going to talk about. Coming to this paper one, again paper one, if you just look at very carefully, so we have completely thermal. Basically, we have fluid mechanics, right? Fluid mechanics is, again, for the fluid mechanics, you can follow, you know, Single, or you can follow SKSOM, right? These are the books that you can follow for solving a very good numerical, right? Now, coming to this thermodynamics, again, there is a no substitute than this Pekinat, right? Again, you can follow Single also. There's no doubt about that. Ice engine and refrigeration air conditioning, right? We can follow CP Aurora. That is also a very good book. Again, Pekinat also you can follow. Same thing is there, right? Coming to this turbo machinery or fluid machinery, you can follow DS Kumar. That is also a very good book to follow. And turbo machinery, for solving, you need to solve a number of questions from the steam turbine and hydraulic turbines and pump also. Lot many questions are coming directly from there. And of course, don't do this mistake of neglecting this IC engine, because in GATE examination, we hardly get for 2 marks or 1 mark. But in this particular DRDO paper, definitely you're going to get completely 25 marks or maybe 40 marks based on this particular IC engine. Complete combustion and all. You cannot neglect or no single topic also, right? So how the fuel emissions, emission control, performance and testing, each and everything SIC engine you have to study properly. Combustion as well as, whatever the heat analysis will be there, like writing the balancing the equations, chemical equations. Again, you need to go through all the fundamentals of IC engines, right? Combustions basically. Again, power plant engineering, you can follow, PKNAC. Not PKNAC of thermodynamics. PKNAC we have separately for power plant also, and R Yadav. These two books will be sufficient for solving the power plant, questions. The gas turbines, rankings, basically ranking cycles, and all the stuff of theoretical and conceptual stuff of boilers, component of boilers, right? Condensers, cooling towers, types of cooling tower, condensers, types of condensers, right? Complete structure of the power plant, like layout of the power plant. You have to study properly. Coming to this renewable source of energy, again, do not, again, if you ask me whether you can clear the written examination without this particular topic, yes, you can clear, but I will be suggesting you to go through this at least, because they will be keeping this in between the questions. Suppose we have fifth question A and B, right? And we have separately, we have the next question will be in that three parts are there. Suppose fifth question is there, we have 3 parts. Sixth question will be there, again we have 3 parts, suppose that. So they cannot keep, suppose, fluid mechanics, refrigeration, air conditioning, and they will be in between that, they will be keeping renewable source of energy also. Again, if you neglect that, again you need to lose some marks. It is not given separately, so that in lieu, right? Again, in DRDO we have flexibility. You will be having fifth question, 3 question, or again you have 2 or 3 questions like that. Either you can attain this or this, like that. No, so we have flexibility. So they're gonna not give the flexibility in basically this question, framing this renewable source of energy separately to new question. No, they will be keeping in between that only known subjects, known topics, so that you cannot neglect. So how to study that? You can again follow Sinjal and Simbala for this. But before going through all this book, I will be highly recommending you to go through ESC mains paper, all the previous year question of what? ESC mains examinations, whatever they have started from 2000 to 2022. You just try to follow 20 years of ESC mains. Definitely, you're gonna get a lot of idea how to approach for a particular good problem, a very good lengthy problems, right? Now, so this is nothing but regarding the paper 1. If you go through paper 2, basically we have the design as well as productions. Engineering mechanics, again you can follow, any normal textbook I will be suggesting you. Basically, though, you can just refer the previous year of GATE paper, right? Engineering materials, again, whatever the GATE is there, that will be more than sufficient, because in this some of the numericals also is going to be asked from the engineering materials. So you just go through all this basically previous year paper of the gate, as well as you try to solve some of the questions also, right? Again, mechanics and no, basically machines, that is theory of machine, you can follow SS Ratan, right? That you can go through. Again, design of machine element, that is a machine design, VB Bhandari. That you can go through because that is also a very good book, you know. Manufacturing, again, there is a lot of books are there. If you just go through, you know, manufacturing and industrial engineering, we found a very huge varieties of the basically books. So all you need to do is that you need to just stick to the gate examination syllabus, because they're gonna not ask you beyond that. That is the one thing. They're gonna not ask you beyond a particular level of, you know, gate examinations. So for the book, if you're asking me about the book, I would be suggesting you, see, for productions, Kalpak Jain is there, right? And some of the basically, you know, yes. So Kalpak Jain, I think that will be sufficient. Plus gate previous year questions. Again, very important, ESC mains exam, right? You please try to go through all these things. Now, coming to this industrial, you can follow Hira and Gupta, right? And for operation teacher, you can follow OP Khanna. Again, plus ESC mains exam, right? So now coming to this mechatronics, that is an additional topic that is not there in the gate syllabus, but that is there already in the, you know, we have added in 2017 this particular mechatronics to the ESC examination also, right? So we have a lot of many questions there also. You can just go through all the papers, like recent 5-year paper of the ESC mains examination based on this particular mechatronics and robotics topic. In fact, robotics is very important. So books, if you just ask me, so we have a book of NP Mahalik. That is what we have, the Tata McGraw Hill's publications. That is a very good book, but I would not be suggesting you to go through all these things. Just to go through how the robotics, basically all the topics of robotics, like the movement arm control, and you know, basically the motion of the robots, like translation, rotations, all this matrix format. You know, basically numerical. They're gonna ask you, right? Again, they're gonna put in between theory of machine, suppose, and machine design. In between that, they will be keeping the mechatronics, something like that. A, B, C, so that you cannot skip that one. If you want to get the full marks, you cannot. Now, why I'm forcing you to basically prepare for worst condition is that, because if you see the cutoff, if you just observe the cutoff, no, the cutoff was basically for general, if I talk, last year it was 364, means the recruitment cycle which happened in 2019 and 20, it was 364 out of 600. So this year, as looking the competition and all, I would be telling you that 380 or maybe, you know, 385, that is going to be cut off. If you just talk about the general, that is going to be cut off. So to be on the safe side, not only you should be getting this many marks, you have to get plus 20 to 30 marks. Then only you will be having 80 percentage, whatever the weightage they have given for the written examinations, that is going to be, you know, justified, right? So there is a misconception that, you know, if you just get very good marks in written examination, you will be basically finally shortlisted for scientist B post. It is not like that. In interview also, you need to get at least 70 marks. If you are from the general category, then you need to get at least 70 marks in interview, right? So what I will be suggesting you in this particular 3 months of duration, you try to follow on the daily basis, take one subject and try to solve as many as problem from that particular ESC mains examination. Plus, you try to see other whatever the textbook I have basically referred you. You try to solve the solve example of that, and one or two unsolved problem also. Because what we have seen in the DRDO 2018 as well as 2019, of course, this both the papers will be uploaded on this particular section only. The moment it is going to be uploaded in the YouTube, there in the below section, you can able to find this paper also. So what I will be suggesting you, if you just look at the paper of 2018 and 19 that happened for this particular mechanical, they they are taking the question basically from the books that is not very well known. They that are the very best book available in the market, but that is not been habituated by most of the students, and they are taking the question from directly there, maybe unsolved questions. So again, I'm not saying that you try to take the 10 books and you try to refer so that you will be getting marks. It's not like that, but you try to get the all the pattern types of questions, so that in examination you will be getting somewhat nearer to that one. And one more thing, one more benefit is there while basically writing this DRDO examinations. They are flexible, not rigid like a UPSC. So they will be giving you, suppose you are writing for anything, suppose you are writing question number 1 and you have a derivation of, suppose that what we say, LMTD of counterflow heat exchangers, right? Suppose that you have started your derivations, but you are not able to conclude the final answer, means you are not able to reach to the final. But whatever the steps you have written, if it is correct, they will be giving the marks also. It is not like that if it is for 20 marks, directly they will be giving you 0 marks, just like a UPSC. We have here what? Leniency in the checking the paper. So you'll be getting out of 20 marks, maybe 5 to 6 marks also. So don't leave any question. If you have shortlisted for examination, it's my humble request that don't leave any single question also. Whatever you just write it. You'll be getting some marks, right? And if it is correct, then of course you'll be getting full out of full marks. That's why you can see that the basically cutoff is going higher and higher, right? In 2000 basically 18, the cutoff was not that much high. I think it was around 295, 290 to 295 for general. But now in 2019, that is going to be suits to 364. And believe me, that is going to be more than that in this particular recruitment cycle, right? So I hope you got the basically idea about this particular scientist B post that is going to be happen. And if any doubt, whatever the IGC will be supported, basically will support you in this particular preparations. Not only will be guiding you for the written examination, definitely we're going to guide you for interview also, right? So thank you all.